We got to come out of this place.
Okay, please let's step out.
Atiku, our Nigeria, our women, our children, our the man.
Please don't occupy the front there, please.
Please have your seat, please, everybody. Have your seat, please.
We have special guests.
Sit down, please, everybody. Sit down. Keep your phones down, please. Have your seat, everybody. If you don't have a seat, there's space in the back. You can stand. You don't want anybody to block this pathway. Please stay at the back if you don't have a seat. We have very brief time here, so we want everybody to cooperate with us. Please put your phones down and sit down.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome. I know you've been here for, many of you came since early in the afternoon. You've been here for a long time, you came from far away. We really do appreciate your interest, we appreciate your support. And His Excellency has really he tried his best to make sure he will speak to you, despite the very, very tough circumstances. A lot of programs today, from yesterday to today, has been tough. I mean, I know breakfast was scanty for him, no lunch, dinner just a few moments ago. So I really appeal to you, let's just make this brief. He needs to go to the airport on his way out now, and it's a scheduled flight, so please, you have to know this. So I'm going to call on Dr. Harold Moloku to say a few words. As the president or chairman of the PDP USA. So this is mainly a PDP event for tonight. I really appeal to you. Yes. In the morning we had a meeting where we had people from diaspora and different interest groups. You know, but we realized that the PDP members were not here, but they've come from far and wide, and we really want to honor you and do that. So I'll beg you to keep it very short. After your talk, His Excellency will say a few words, and then we'll be on our way. There'll be no questions and answers, if you don't mind. I beg you. You'll have an opportunity to really see His Excellency after the elections, when he's won and is the President of Nigeria. He'll come and do all the tours and meet with you. Thank you.
I just want to remind you that before I bring him up to speak to you, that you are members of the truly great party in Nigeria. The party that every effort in the past 3 years to tarnish the image of PDP has failed woefully. Yes. And with the very beautiful and transparent primaries conducted in Port Harcourt that led to the emergence of Atiku Abubakar, PDP have set a new standard for Nigerian politics. But before I bring him up, I want you to remember, so that you do not forget, PDP is the party that created what you have today in Nigeria, privatization. Our first task was to take Nigeria from the military. And when we took it from the military, they gave us only $3.2 billion in foreign reserve. When President Obasanjo and Atiku Abubakar were leaving office, they left about $60 billion in foreign reserves. PDP is the first party that, when we took over power in Nigeria, Nigeria was a pariah state. Nobody wanted to do business with Nigeria. At the time we left the power, Nigeria was the strong country of Africa. And today we've returned back to Egypt, to where no country wants to do business with Nigeria. In 1999, we inherited $35 billion of foreign debt, the London and Paris club debt. It was difficult to negotiate our budget annually. It was almost impossible for us to agree to invest in infrastructure, in education, and in healthcare. But by 2004, Nigeria had paid off the London and Paris club debt. And today, the government we have in Nigeria have returned us to debt higher than what we handed over to them. If you do not forget, and I don't want you to forget, as chairman of the Privatization Council, we saved Nigeria, according to the DG of BPE, $3 billion annually from selling off government companies that were not performing, that were underperforming. If you remember, in 2004, just 2004, Nigerian banks were not able to make loans of about, you can't get a loan of 10 billion naira from a Nigerian bank. But we're able to restructure Nigerian banks to the 25 billion capital base that today, GT Bank is a 1 trillion naira bank.
Wow.
So I don't want you people to forget where you're coming from and where we left you. Most importantly, during the Obasanjo years, Obasanjo Atiku years, we set up the excess crude account. That account made it possible for the excess that we got from oil to be saved. That was what paid our foreign debt. That was what left the money that this government inherited about $3 billion in the excess crude account. They have used $2.6 billion of that to pay for subsidy, which they said did not exist, and to fund projects that we have not seen the end to. So I want you to remember that a vote for Atiku is a vote to come back to the Nigeria that we had invested in. I want you to remember that a vote for Atiku is a vote to that period of the country when we founded EFCC from out of privatization. That's where EFCC came from. When we founded ICPC, the infrastructure to fight corruption. When we made governors to face the consequences, no governor will collect dollars under that government in camera and still be walking around with the president.
Gandola.
So, but the most important is that Nigeria has been brought down to a situation where Nigerians are hungry, where Nigerians have no job, where our country is insecure. 5,000 people killed in clashes in the Middle Belt over the past 3 years. More people killed in Nigeria, more than the Civil War, in a country where there is no war. And today, Atiku has come with a promise to unify, to secure, and to expand the economic opportunities for Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring up to talk to you for a few minutes the Waziri Adamawa, the man who has been anointed to lead Nigeria to his next destination, the man that has been appointed by God and divine effort to bring us out of the Egypt we return to and take us to the new promised land of plenty and prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have Atiku Abubakar.
Stand up, stand up.
Thank you. Please be seated. PDP power. PDP power. Power. PDP. Power to the youth. PDP. Power to the women. PDP. Power to the men. PDP. God bless you. Oh yes. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let me apologize because my voice is almost gone. I arrived only last night and I have been having meetings throughout last night and throughout today with a number of organizations. We started with the Congress last night, and then today we moved on to other establishments, including the Chamber of Commerce, the State Department, and Voice of America, and so on and so forth. So my voice is almost going, and I do hope you will overlook that. Let me thank all of you for being very loyal members, of our great party. I want to commend you. I want to commend your contributions to the growth of our party, particularly in diaspora. But you must not forget that the diaspora, party structures also control substantially our home-based support. Because all of you come from different families. Yes. Exactly. And you also contribute to the welfare of your families. Exactly. And they take into consideration, your political position or which party you support, which party you don't support. So we really want to commend your contributions to the growth of our party, back home. We look forward eagerly, to the day when you will have your rights, to vote. In government, I started and introduced this legislation, to allow, Nigerians in diaspora to vote. Unfortunately, there are a number of things that we started that we couldn't continue or we couldn't finish, and subsequent administrations also couldn't finish. We hope that when we return to power, by the grace of God, later this year, we will make sure that the legislation as far as voting rights of Nigerians in the diaspora, is guaranteed. Having said that, let me please, appeal to you to continue, contributing to the growth of our party. Whoever tells you that PDP is not the best party in this country, you should be able to fault that person, because we have records that we have achieved that no any other political party has achieved in Nigeria. You have listened to Minister Osita on our achievements in office. In fact, he left some of them. Because by the time we came into office in 1999, the price of crude was about $11. And we made very paltry amount of money in our foreign reserves. But through effective and proper management of the economy, of course, we paid our foreign debt. And we also achieved, when our population is growing at 3%. Those of you who are economists know the implications for that. It is a very, very unhealthy, growth rate. That is not commensurate, with our population growth. The minimum we should expect a government to work or to strive, to achieve is a minimum of 4, 5, 6%. And all these were achieved during PDP administration. And for anybody to come and say PDP did not do anything, the man must be crazy. Yeah. Again, this very same administration came just a moment. APC came with 3 promises: to fight corruption, to improve the economy, and also to bring security to our country. Now, on all the three, APC has failed, because on economy today we are worse off than where we came from. We have the highest number of unemployment in the history of our country. 20 million people out of job. They came to create jobs, and they have lost jobs. They came to secure the country. We had only Boko Haram in the northeast. Today, we have instability in North Central. We have instability in the northwest. So where is the security? So on all this, they have woefully failed. They have not delivered. And if you can come and take over an economy of a growth rate of 6%, and then you plunge it into recession, where is your economic achievement? It's simply not there. These are facts and figures that you cannot dispute. The Transparency International said our corruption is worse than 2015. So where is the corruption you are fighting for? And the international organization that rates poverty has declared Nigeria the capital of poverty in the world. So where is it? These are international rating agencies. They are not local agencies that you can say, oh, we manipulated them. These are international rating agencies. So for God's sake, gentlemen, let's be factual and let's be rational. Yes, we are playing politics, but that politics is based on principles, is based on facts and figures.
Yes, facts.
Yes. So it's not based, on mere propaganda and lie telling. I want to thank you very much in this opportunity. Unfortunately, my visit is such a very short one, and we can sit down and have an interactive session with you so that we can be enriched, with your contributions, to how we should manage our country, because you are here, you are surviving because you are an asset. Yes. Because if you are not an asset, you will not be surviving under this environment and this kind of situation. So we recognize that. We know that we will be better off with you at home, and believe me, we will be ready to do all what we can to get you all back home. Because there is nothing like home. So I appreciate your contributions, and we will continue, to interact with you. Just like I did when I was vice president, I came and I went around the major cities of this country, discussing with members of the diaspora, hiring some of them back home. Since I had some of them who were back home, they are still there. They have not come back, and I look forward to repeating the same, exercise. So once again, I wish you a safe journey to your respective destinations, and I thank you very much for coming.